All right, good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel. My name's Braden. It's first video, first YouTube ever trying it out here, so apologize for any rookie or newbie mistakes. Um, Excited to show you guys today some of the techniques I've been using to help me build a NFL Survivor Pool app with using MERN stack, so Mongoose, Express, React, Node. And this is coming from basically very limited coding knowledge. I did a little HTML back in high school, like 20 years ago or something. So I've always been very techy, but never committed to anything like this. So yeah, let's get into it. Kind of how I set up before I begin developing every day. Um, so we can see over here we have our back end, we have our front end. Front end, I don't have a lot right now, just kind of some placeholders and things. Been working on the back end, getting our data from the Rundown API, which is really great and useful. You guys should check it out if you're into that sort of thing. And so yeah, we have all of our files. Like we have a bunch of jest tests here. We have our configs, our controllers, our middleware, our models, our routes, and our services. And what happens is when you start getting a project this size, the AI can really start to struggle to actually remember its context, excuse me. It just can't remember all of that information effectively in a long chat. So what I generally do before I start work is I have this script right here, and basically what it does is it just crawls through my subdirectories, and it will output the file using the top comment as the name. So I try to name everything where it is, so this is going to be /backend/services. So this will be at the, its file name at the end of the day here. So let's just go ahead and run this. And boom, file's processed. And we'll take those from our folder here. I don't think it's going to let me just open them directly. So now we have our files here, and they're mostly named correct, but a few discrepancies will allow. And we're gonna go over to Claude, and I already have a project here, but just for the sake of this video, let's start a new one. And we'll do create project, and we'll say we are working on a NFL Survivor Pool MERN application. And then so here you can put your overall project. I've done that when I'm outlining goals, or if you're trying to specifically get something done, you can also put that there. For the sake of this video, let's just do testing route and controller integration. I don't even know if that's technically correct, but it sounds good to me, And then, so over here is the magic add content button. Just go upload. We'll see if it'll let me drop all of these at once. I have a suspicion it will not. But we're gonna see. This isn't even the right folder, is it? Nope, I'm way off. Let's And there we go. Take all the ones actually properly named. And we'll say open, see what happens. And you can see here it says 4% of knowledge used right now. So you have a limited amount of space you can use, but it's fairly large. This should take up, I'm going to guess, like 14%, 12%. So, you know, we're able to load all of this in, and that's only 12%. So you can do pretty big projects here. And then the other awesome feature of the project knowledge is the set custom instructions, how you want it to respond each time. So I've been using this prompt that I got almost a year ago at this point, I think, from Stunspot. He was doing some pretty cool prompting techniques. So we're just going to take this whole thing and copy it in there. What it does is it produces really nice modular code, and that's essentially what you're telling it to do. I'm not going to get into all of this right now. I might do a different video on it later if you guys want, but we'll just paste that in there for now. So now that we have all of our files here and we have our custom instructions here, we can just start, you know, asking Claude questions about it. So I usually like to start with Claude, could you please look at all of the project knowledge files I just uploaded, deeply analyze and digest them, look for any potential problems or future issues that could come about. Use, you know, I'm not sure how much some of these things help, but, you know, I'll tell it to use a tree of thought reasoning after completely and thoroughly, if I could type, reviewing the project, please. I mean, I know what I want to do today. I do want to test more controllers and routes, but I'm just going to ask it what it thinks the next steps for the back end should be. Please give me detailed next steps of development. This is all for the back end of the MERN application. All right, we'll just send that and see how Claude does here. And it will take a little bit longer for its responses a lot of times. So already it looks like it's, you know, printing out some pretty good recommendations, tips. Some seem a little generic, but let's see here. Identify potential problems and future issues. Current structure, well-organized folder structure, clear separations of concerns. Lack of environment-specific configuration files. No clear error logging strategy. Yeah, I mean... yes, we're using JWT. Role-based authorization. Okay. So as you can see, a lot of potential things that it's already finding, and some of these I, you know, haven't even thought of or touched on yet. So pretty cool. Let's see What jest tests would you recommend moving to begin moving forward in a that should be fine. Well, that's a little weird because it should have already known that I have an auth test. So let's see if that's actually in here. It wants to load. Yeah, so it should have known from that we've already done an auth test. So it's kind of disappointing, Claude, but we're gonna yell at you. Please review all of our project knowledge files before answering. You should have seen that we already have a auth.test. Every time before answering, make sure you review and thoroughly analyze and comprehend the current data before moving forward or responding. Sometimes you have to get a little stern with it. So it's giving me some auth tests, and this one I don't believe I actually have yet. Update user details. So let's see if I do or not. Well, looks like I already do have update user details. Let's see if it actually does anything different here. Should update password. Let's see. Should update password. Current new. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it just wrote the same thing here. Let's see. Games tests. Okay, so it did write a lot of tests, which is good. This is basically where I'm at in the application development right now is integration tests that are covering different parts of your application, such as creating a pool, joining it, making picks, and then checking the pool statistics. So that is actually where I am on the project. I think it was just kind of reviewing some of these for its own reference as well. Sometimes it'll take the code and spit it out, almost like it needs to type it to read it. It's weird. Anyways, let's go to ChatGPT and see how it does. So that was using the projects through Claude. Now what we're gonna do is we'll do creating your own GPT, and we'll do NFL Survivor Pool MERN app. And for the behave, we will do the same thing. I kind of want to change the task here at the end. We're going to do always analyze all knowledge files deeply and thoroughly before responding with answers. Okay, so pretty simple over here. We want code interpreter for sure. Web browsing we don't really need, and we really don't want image generation either, so I'm just going to turn this off. Upload. So I've done this with zip, and it actually works pretty good with the zip files, because what what ChatGPT will do is it'll actually use Python, I believe, to unzip the files and then read them itself. So it crawls through and will read them pretty well. It takes a while, but just, for the sake of testing this video, let's do it the same way. Backend, and we'll just see if it will take all of these at once. I know there is a limit of files on GPT. I think it's like 20 files, so we'll see if that's gonna let me do it. Does not look like it. Let's try to do less here. It could be weird. It doesn't like those dashes either, so no. Come on. Open. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Do another 5. So it's kind of annoying. I guess you have to do them one at a time, but, well, not one at a time, but in little batches here. Models games will be the next one. Where did models games go? Here we are. Open. And what was the last one I just did? User pools. And okay, so we got most of them in here. Let's see, there was a few more, wasn't there? Let's see. It was just like these two, I think. Was it? Okay. And we're going to air saving draft. We might be at the limit here, which is 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 30 files here. Let's see if it'll let me create it. No. So it's not going to. Okay, well, let's do it a different way. Maybe I should have tested that before. I was trying that new method and didn't like it. So, create new. We're going to go upload. We have some of these that I zipped the other day, so I'll just drop them in to kind of give you guys an idea of how this would work. Boom. Put our prompt back in. Oops. Analyze all files to deeply understand. Probably not as good as my last one, but what are you gonna do? All right, so that's good enough. If it'll let me actually create it. All right, boom. Save. Any day now. ChatGPT unable to publish. What? Makes 0 sense. Well, I don't need to publish it. Just do it for me. I don't know why it's saying copyright on it. It's maybe because of the NFL Survivor pool. I don't know. All right. All right, we'll start there. Please analyze all of your project files to have a deep understanding of the current state of the MERN app we're developing. So, got the server. So, just went over the overall structure, and looks like now it will extract and analyze these zipped files. So, I can say, please continue. And this is almost, I don't know, it's debatable because I mean, I feel like ChatGPT, it will, if you do it this way, it usually gives me better answers, but it's so verbose right now that it takes days for a response, it seems like. I mean, I'm sure I've just gotten used to, this typical 4.0 speed, but once you start getting a little bit deeper into one conversation with it, I mean, yesterday it was taking me several minutes for one response, which is just kind of mind-crushingly slow when you're trying to go fast. Let's see. So, okay, it extracted all of the files here individually, which is awesome. And now that it has them extracted, it can start diving in and analyzing. Ultimate understanding. So now you can just query it, and a lot of times I will go back and forth between Claude and ChatGPT, and especially when I'm debugging, and kind of give them the same error outputs, looking at what it's responding to and seeing, which one actually makes the most sense. So it's a little back and forth and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of how I've been using it to effectively build all of this so far, and we are having some successful tests and certain things. Just one, I think, our pick controller. But yeah, it's. I had used AI before to build smaller apps. A couple files and folders, nothing crazy. But when you start getting into the larger ones, it can get a little sticky, and I find that this method really helps you get where you want to go, and sometimes you can get lost for direction or completely stuck in debugging, and using both of them together with the files loaded just has been the best way to make leaps and bounds for me. I mean, I've only been working on this for, I think this is the 7th day, so not very long. Started like July 3rd, and would never be possible for me without AI. So it's just super cool. Still super stoked on all this technology, and hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.